Hey guys, it's a Tactical Teenager here today, and I've got a blade that I find to be pretty overlooked. I mean, if I remember correctly on the internet at this time of this posting, there was only a couple reviews of it out, and I think only one of them is in English, and that was by a Japanese guy. And so, this knife, I think he was viewing it as a hunting knife. I'm viewing it as more of a bushcraft camp style knife. Not really so much camp knife as bushcraft knife. And this is the Helle BraKar, or BraKar, however you say it. I don't know. I'm not Norwegian, so I cannot pronounce that, but you guys knew that. Flip it around so you guys get a better view of it. There it is, and yes, that is scratches on the blade from poor sharpening. I bought this knife used. Well, it's not really poor sharpening. They did an okay job. It's just, it doesn't look pretty anymore, at least on the edge. So that's something I want to fix. But before we talk about the knife, let's talk about the sheath. So it's leather, not sure what kind of leather, and they put it together very, very nicely. It is a incredibly well built sheath, and I like it a lot. I like leather sheaths for whatever reason. I almost feel like Kydex dulls my knives, but I don't think it does. It's just some weird fear that I've got. Can't really explain it. I like how the knife goes in a ways. I think that's pretty cool, and sorry about the background noise. But it's a pretty good fit. I mean, I wouldn't take it and shake it upside down or whatever. And I do like how it rides on my belt. It's easy to grab out. And another interesting thing too is the way this is popped up on the back. I guess you could you kind of strap the knife on the back, but I'm not really going to do that because there's no strapping compound or anything on it. It's just leather. But I guess it's better than nothing. I'm not sure how that wears stuff down though, so you may not want to do that. But I really like the sheath, and as far as 1 out of 10, I would probably give this sheath probably a 9. Yeah, a 9 or a 10, because it's a very, very nice sheath. Very cool leather. So set the sheath out of the way. Let's take a look at the knife. This is made by Helle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Made in Norway. Well, that focus maybe, there we go. I think it says stainless right there. Yep. So this knife, come on, come back. Come back, there you go. This knife has Helle's laminated steel blade. So from what I understand, that's one piece of steel, harder steel in the middle, and 2 pieces of softer stainless steel on the sides. I'm sorry again about the background noise. So I guess it's supposed to make it flexible. The original owner of this knife wanted to test that, and I believe that it's been clamped in a vise, because if I were to get a straight edge, see if I can show you guys this. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. It's bent a little bit. It kind of makes a curve and then goes back straight. So that's something I could probably fix, bending it in a vise, clamping it in a vise for a while. Another thing too is, because this is a pre-owned knife, this walnut, I think that's what it is. The walnut has a crack in it. Come on, focus. Has a crack in it going on down that way. It's only on one side though, so I'm not worried about it too much. You can just feel it when you're carving with it. So, I mean, I like this knife a lot, and I have used it a little bit for some bushcraft style tasks outdoors, and it carves very, very well. I love the handle. It is a ergonomically awesome handle. And the Japanese guy I was telling you about, I think his channel was Virtue Voice, something like that. I'm sure I messed up the pronunciation. He was talking about how when you grip it in your hand, you know, all this right here makes the blade very, very long for him. I'm used to the longer blades, and I kind of like that, but when I grip it like this, when I'm doing some more carving stuff, the blade is about 5 inches, which I like. It also is a very, very thin handle, which I like as well. It just feels great in the hand, and the curly birch there is very beautiful. And it is full tang, a rat tail tang, I guess. It goes all the way through the middle as a small piece. And Helle makes their blades so you can put your own handles on them too. And that's something you could, I guess you could see the tang of this blade as it goes all the way down. It kind of goes in. It's pretty cool. It's got leather spacers in between the walnut. Oh, come on, focus camera. See if it'll do it. Hello? There we go. So, do I think the knife is worth what I personally paid for it? Yeah, I think I paid $100 for it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's got some issues, and I'll see if I can contact Helle about it. I don't know if they will do anything about it, considering it could have been flexed in a vise. I don't know if it has been or not, or if it's just something like that. But they may not do anything about it, and if they don't want to do anything about it, I can probably fix those couple of things, like sticking some glue down in that crack, maybe, if I can make it fit, and you know, I can live with the scratches on the blade, and I can straighten it out too, hopefully. But I was kind of wondering, why in the world haven't more people, you know, use this blade? Why aren't people talking about this blade? Because there's one knife that I think is very similar to, and I'll move it down so we can make room for it, get that off screen. And one knife that is very similar in size to is the Tops Bob. Now, yes, the Tops Bob is full tang and everything, but come on, focus back. There you go. Tops Bob is full tang, and as you can see right there, so it's a pretty thick, beefy handle, but it's got a scanty grind. It's got a 5-inch blade, and it has a very ergonomic handle. So why hasn't the Helle been talked about more for those people that like the rat-tailed tang knives? I've looked all over on the internet, and I just can't seem to find reviews of it. So, yeah, another thing that I don't really like about it is it has a very sharp 90-degree spine, which I guess will work great for, well, maybe it's not that sharp, but it's pretty sharp. And it should be able to strike a ferro rod, but I tried it, and for whatever reason it just won't. I'm not sure why, it just won't strike a ferro rod. So maybe that's one thing people don't like about it, is something with the laminated steel probably. So another thing is, some people I've showed this to said, oh, you know, there's no finger guard if you're going to be doing some stabbing with that. You know, that could be not safe. Well, you know, this isn't a really fighting. It's pretty much definitely not a fighting knife. It's a more bushcrafty style knife, utility knife, whatever. I also like how it's not really threatening at all too. Anyway, that's pretty much my review for this knife. Let me stick it back in the sheath so you can see how it fits. So that's been my review of this knife, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, you know, leave a like, comment, whatever. Tell me what you guys think about this knife, and you know, why you think it hasn't really been talked about so much, because you know, I like it. I think it's a pretty cool knife, but I'm curious why for whatever reason most people, or at least people that do reviews and stuff, because I can't find any on it. They don't say anything about it. So anyway, guys, this is a Tactical Teenager, and I will see you guys later.